Anatomy of a heat wave. How Antarctica recorded a 21 degrees Celsius or 72 degrees Fahrenheit day last month. This is on The Conversation by Dana Bergstrom, Principal Research Scientist, University of Wollongong, and Andrew Kekochuk, Adjunct Senior Lecturer, University of Tasmania, Diana King, Research Officer, University of Wollongong, and Sharon Robinson, University of Wollongong. Reviewer Emma Kusic, Marketing Communications, University of Wollongong. This summer's Antarctic weather, as elsewhere in the world, was unprecedented in the observed record. Our research published in Global Change Biology describes a recent heat wave in Antarctica. Beginning in late spring east of the Antarctic Peninsula, it circumnavigated the continent over the next 4 months. Some of the team spent the summer in Antarctica observing these temperatures and the effect on natural systems, witnessing the heat wave firsthand. Antarctica may be isolated from other continents by the Southern Ocean, but has worldwide impacts. It drives the global ocean conveyor belt, a constant system of deep ocean circulation which transfers oceanic heat around the planet, and its melting ice sheets add to global sea level rise. Antarctica represents a simple extreme end of conditions for life. It can be seen as a canary in the mine, demonstrating patterns of change we can expect to see elsewhere. A heat wave in the coldest place on Earth. Most of Antarctica is ice covered, but there are small ice-free oases predominantly on the coast. Collectively, 0.44% of the continent, these unique areas are important biodiversity hotspots for penguins and other seabirds, mosses, lichens, lakes, ponds, and associated invertebrates. This summer, KC Research Station in the Windmills Islands Oasis experienced its first recorded heat wave. For 3 days, minimum temperatures exceeded zero and daily maximums were above 7.5 degrees centigrade. On January 24th, its highest maximum of 9.2 degrees centigrade was recorded, almost 7 degrees centigrade above KC's 30-year mean for the month. The arrival of warm, moist air during this weather event brought rain to Davis Research Station in the normally frigid, ice-free desert of the Vestfold Hills. The warm conditions triggered extensive meltwater pools and surface streams on local glaciers, and these, together with melting snowbanks, contributed to high-flowing rivers and flooding lakes. By February, most heat was concentrated in the Antarctic Peninsula at the northernmost part of the continent. A new Antarctic maximum temperature of 18.4 degrees Celsius was recorded on February 6 at Argentina's Esperanza Research Station on the peninsula, almost 1 degree Celsius above the previous record. 3 days later, this was eclipsed by 20.75 degrees Celsius. That's almost 21 degrees Celsius. That's 72 degrees Fahrenheit at Argentina's Marambio Station on Seymour Island, east of the peninsula. Now, what caused the heat wave? The pace of warming from global climate change has been generally slower in East Antarctica compared with West Antarctica and the Antarctic Peninsula, and this in part due to the ozone hole, which has occurred in spring over Antarctica since the late 1970s. The hole has tended to strengthen jet stream winds over the Southern Ocean, promoting a generally more positive state of southern annular mode in summer. This means the Southern Ocean's westerly wind belt has tended to stay close to Antarctica at the time of year, creating a seasonal shield, reducing the transfer of warm air from the Earth's temperate regions to Antarctica. But during the spring of 2019, a strong warming of the stratosphere over Antarctica significantly reduced the size of the ozone hole. This helped to support a more negative state of the southern annular mode and weakening the shield. Other factors in the late 2019 may have also helped to warm Antarctica. The Indian Ocean dipole was in a strong positive state due to a late retreat of the Indian monsoon. This meant that water in the western Indian Ocean was warmer than normal. Air rising from this and other warm ocean patches in the Pacific Ocean provided energy sources that altered the path of weather systems and helped to disturb and warm the atmosphere. Is a warming Antarctica good or bad? Localized flooding appeared to benefit some Vestfold Hills moss banks, which were previously very drought-stressed. Prior to the flood event, most mosses were gray and moribund, but 1 month later, many moss shoots were green. Given the generally cold conditions of Antarctica, the warmth may have benefited the flora, that is, the mosses, the lichens, and 2 vascular plants, and microbes and invertebrates, but only where liquid water was formed. Areas in the Vestfold Hills, always from the flooding, became more drought-stressed over the summer. High temperatures may have caused heat stress in some organisms. Antarctic mosses and lichens are often dark in color, allowing sunlight to be absorbed to create warm microclimates. This is a great strategy when temperatures are just above freezing, but heat stress can occur once 10 degrees Celsius is exceeded. And here we had almost 21 degrees, almost twice that. On King George Island, near the Antarctic Peninsula, our measurements showed that in January 2019, moss surface temperatures only exceeded 14 degrees Celsius for 3% of the time, but in 2020 this increased fourfold to 12% of the time. And based on our experience from previous anomalous hot Antarctic summers, we can expect many biological impacts, positive and negative, in coming years. The most recent event highlights the connectedness of our climate systems, from the surface to the stratosphere, and from the monsoon tropics to the southernmost continent. Under climate change, extreme events are predicted to increase the frequency and severity, and Antarctica is not immune. Now, you may not know where this place is, but it's in Antarctica. And they are swimming with their bathing suits, yes, because this is Deception Island, and there's hot springs there, and fumaroles from a volcano that's in Deception Island, Antarctica, and that's why they're so happy and warm, because the water there is like a hot bathtub. So that's why they're as if they're, what? You can see the snow-covered mountains, but they're basically in a hot bathtub, enjoying themselves. And this again in Antarctica. And the article was from The Conversation. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.